for you, which is, and it's the argument I made in the 7 o'clock hour, which is you have the middle arguably being hollowed out. They have not risen the way the rest of the way the top has. And arguably, you could say it's regulations, you could say it's government. I would argue technology is playing a huge role in that, and we're going through a horrible transition period. Education technology. And so you have, maybe that's 1 and 2 before you even get, by the way, to the government issue. And therefore, as profit, how are you going to change that perception? And is that perception going to change, and should it change?
So, first of all, I mean, the facts aren't really there. I mean, if you look at the data, we know that in the 80s, the wage distribution started to widen. Bottom fell, top rose. Somewhere in the 90s, the bottom stopped dropping, and the top kept rising. So, you know, that's clear. It's also true if you do the Harvard study that mobility is basically unchanged in the past 50 years.
Right.
So we now have more rich people, and that's perceived to be the problem. Why?
Yeah, it would be better if there were. If there are people that would prefer. If there, that is a good question.
This whole debate is being.
But the answer, I think,
waged on something
I think
that is
the argument
just not
would
true.
be. Hold on, but I think the argument would be that the distribution is not equitable in that the middle class has not risen at the not even at the same rate. In fact, arguably, with inflation, has dropped, or at least has at least been stagnant.
If you look at the broad measures of well-being, right? If you look at after tax and transfer income, the middle class has gotten better, adjusted for inflation. If you look at measures of consumption, lifestyles, they've gotten way better. So, you know, the more you look at the data, the less is actually going on, other than the clear, unmistakable rise at the top, which is driven a lot by globalization.
You're not arguing there's a stagnation in the middle.
It may not be growing as much as people would like, and man, we have terrible growth right now. I mean, if you go back to this survey, here's what's going on. Corporations are making a lot of money. How are they doing it? Mostly by controlling costs, not by getting big increases in revenue. It's a bad growth environment. That, I think, is the fundamental government problem. They get a better growth environment.
We've got to go. Can't call you congressman ever again, or chairman. Okay, Barney, thank you. Good to have you on today.
Nice to see you guys.
All right, we'll see you again.
Loving the
beard is good. Beard is good.
Thanks,
all right. Apples. Thanks, Doug. Apple. You got. Well, I don't know what that is. You have. Is that a beard?
It's sort of a beard.
Is that like a
scruff?
Yeah. I mean, do you go out at night to get through velvet ropes? Do they say come on right in? They do with that, right?
I came straight from the club here.
Do you do Calvin commercials? Yeah.